This video shows the performance of a rudderless sailing kayak. This kayak has been upgraded in sail area from the original 30 square feet to the current 40 square feet, and the kneeling pad has been enlarged for improved comfort and stability. This kayak is a 12-foot long by 3 feet wide sit-on top made by Crescent. It's a Splash 2. The mast is a fiberglass sailboard mast, and the sail is a kit from Sailrite that you fabricate yourself. This sailing kayak is designed for sailing in less than whitecapping wind conditions on smaller inland lakes or on protected nearshore saltwater venues. Today's breeze is about 5 knots on Lake Ladue. That's about 20 miles southeast of Cleveland, Ohio. This kayak is designed to perform much like a small sailing dinghy. There's a hoop to sail, especially without a rudder. Sailing has its own language. If some of these words seem strange, I suggest that you read up on basic sailing concepts and vocabulary. Steering is done in 2 ways. For altering course, you lean inboard or outboard to change the heeling angle of the mast. To steer toward the wind or upwind, you lean inboard to heel the boat. To steer away from the wind, downwind, you lean outboard to heel the mast more vertical or tilt it towards the wind. To tack upwind, that is to turn the bow through the wind to the opposite tack, you do the following. Rotate the lee board forward and lean inboard. The bow comes up into the wind. When the bow is head to wind, rotate the lee board backward and backwind the mainsail a bit. When you're on your new course, reset the lee board to the default position. You will not adjust the main sheet during this maneuver. Steering away from the wind into a jibe is a bit harder and takes a little longer. You do it as follows. Rotate the lee board back somewhat, then lean outboard to heel the mast vertical. This may take 2 or more decided leans to the outboard side. The boat turns a little bit more with each lean. When headed downwind so that the boat is moving perpendicular to the wave lines, grab the sail and pull it across to the opposite side. Now at the same time, you want to shift your weight to the opposite side from the new sail position to counter the tendency of the boat to capsize. Practice this in light winds before doing this in strong winds. Here we are approaching a buoy. I'm going to partially round it by hauling in on the main sheet and rotating the lee board somewhat more forward. You've seen I've come up into the wind. Now I'm tacking, backwinding the sail to get the bow through the wind onto the other tack. And you can see by the wave lines that I'm sailing about 45 degrees off the wind. That's pretty much close haul. The breeze is about 5 knots and I'm doing about 3 knots through the water. And what I'm doing now is trying to bear off downwind, so I'm leading outboard away from the sail. And I have rotated the lee board back somewhat. Notice by looking at the horizon that the boat is moving further from the wind. And you can see by the wave lines that I'm coming onto a line that's pretty much perpendicular to the waves, so that tells me I'm running downwind. Not quite, not quite. Okay, we've just jibed, and I've shifted my weight somewhat erratically. The breeze is maybe 6 knots. So now I'm going to readjust. I'm pulling in the main a bit. I've rotated the lee board forward to come up more into the wind. Again, by looking at the wave lines, you can see that I'm sailing about 45 degrees off dead upwind. That's as close as you can sail to windward. Going through another tack, back winding the sail to get it around to the other side. Heading back to the boat ramp. I think there's a big potential for adding sail to kayaks, especially with sit-on tops that are getting wider and more stable for fishermen. The primary criteria for choosing one is get a kayak 3 feet wide with a drink cup recess 1/3 of the way back from the bow to anchor the mast in. That makes it easier to do the fabrication to set your mast into the kayak.